Hey everyone, the numbers are in for the 2023 real estate market in Panama City Beach. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. My head's a little bit scrambled at the moment. I've gone through 15 um, neighborhoods and condo projects, looking at sales, looking at statistics, looking at market trends. I'm going to share a couple of the highlights for you here. Most importantly, in the description below, you'll see links to the different communities and neighborhoods where I got ultra specific. So if you want to watch a really in-depth analysis of a few communities or condo projects, check those out. If you start to watch a couple of those, you'll start to even be able to pick up even more in-depth trends. Slight warning, they're all formatted very similar. I picked a lot of the similar statistics, and so it can get a little repetitive if you watch a few of those in a row, but pay attention because there are some subtle differences, condo project to condo project, neighborhood to neighborhood. I want to show you a few highlights of some sales that happened in 2023, look at some pricing trends, and try to pick up where we may be headed in 2024. Before I show you any of that, I want to give you a little sneak peek at some of the a campaign that we're working on that we're going to talk a lot about this year. This isn't finished yet, but because I was recording this video, I want to at least give you a look at what we're working on. There's a couple corrections we still need to make, but you'll see that. If you are selling real estate in 2024, please mark this part. And if you know anybody really across the country, friends, family that family that you care about, that you want to give them a pro tip, make a note of this. Just a couple things for you. Real estate listings that are marketed with videos receive 403% more inquiries than those without. Properties marketed with video receive 403% more inquiries. 75% of home buyers consider a virtual tour to be a significant factor in their decision-making process. And a big one, 51% of home shoppers use YouTube as their number one destination for research. More than half of people use YouTube as their number one source for research when they're shopping for a home. Another statistic I haven't included in there yet, properties marketed with 3D tours sell 28% faster than those without. The short version of all this and why I'm telling you this, just selling real estate in 2024 is very different even than a couple years ago. When I started 20 years ago, we were just beginning to use professional photographers in marketing as the internet got quickly more and more popular, especially as social came along. We certainly weren't talking about video marketing, 3D tour marketing, building out custom websites, all that. But anymore, understanding some statistics like 3D tours help you sell 28% faster. Anything marketed with video helps you get 403% more inquiries. Those things are going to be hugely important in 2024 if you're trying to sell real estate, especially in a market that may be a little softer than it has been. And think about it for just a second. Google's the number one search engine. YouTube's the number two search engine. All the social media platforms put a really high priority on video content. So I would encourage you, or if you know anybody who's selling anywhere, professional photography should be the standard. It's not recording, videos shouldn't just be walking through saying, hey, here, I'm showing you this with my phone. It's a professional videographer. It's a professional editor, professionally shot 3D tours. It's a multimedia presentation now of your real estate offering. And if you think about it, all of a sudden you have this many more links of things to show. No wonder those pieces of real estate are getting 403% more inquiries. They just have that. They're going to show up that much more often, especially understanding that all those platforms put high priority on video. So enough of that beating a dead horse. Make sure you're using someone, or whether you're doing it yourself or you're using someone that does all those things. Sometimes it can be hard to find because that initial investment can be pretty expensive. So make sure that's a question you're asking, especially if you're using a real estate professional. Make sure they understand how to prepackage it or to package all this stuff up and then get it out there. All right. Some things I want to show you about the market. A couple of things I picked up. It wasn't as straightforward as it was in 2021 or 2022 to understand the market. You could almost look at any part of our little world here in Panama City Beach, and prices were going up. Our months of inventory number was very, very low. Very different story in 2023. And let me give you an example. Remember, months of inventory in real estate is a good barometer of how hot or cold a market is. 5 or 6 months of inventory represents a neutral or a balanced market. What we're looking at here is a chart for the condo market, but for buildings built before 2004. In March, we were at 1.53 months of inventory. Through August, it's 2.73. It was a very, very good year. It's very much seller market territory for buildings built before 2004 up until about August. It might not have felt like that, but it was. August through December, look at what's happened. We've really pumped the brakes on that market. We've gone from 2.73 months of inventory to 15 months of inventory, which theoretically means would take us 15 months to sell out of the entire Gulf front market in the older buildings at the current rate of sales. The point of showing you all this, look at the difference of going into the newer buildings. So anything in the condo market built past 2005. We've gone from 1.43 months of inventory back in March, very hot market, similar to the other one, slowed down quite a bit, but only slowed down now to about 8 months of inventory, 4 months of inventory, 5 months of inventory, September, October. So still a slowing, a trend, not quite as slow as the older buildings. If we look at another product, this is the Gulf front market, only detached single family homes. This market was a little interesting because it was really driven by what was going on in Margaritaville cottages. But March of 2023, it was 3 months of inventory in the Gulf front market, again, steadily increasing to 11, 12 months of inventory. I think this data point's interesting. I've got to research this some more, why this dropped all of a sudden. This could be some of how the data was reported in Margaritaville. But again, even a slower market there. Recently, 11 and 12 months of inventory in the detached Gulf front market. And looking at detached single family price between $400,000 and $750,000, a different story. Pretty steady market most of the year, only moving from 2.61 to about 5 or 5.14, really even finishing the year at 5.2. So very much still in neutral market territory if you're in that price point. Only giving you those examples to show you that while we were generally trending softer, like most of the country, there's some very, very real differences depending on the product, depending on the price. So make sure you're researching specifically, even just looking in our little part of the world with Panama City Beach, there are a lot of different trends you can pick up. Let me show you a couple of notable sales that we had this year. Oh, I pulled one more. What is this? Over $1 million. Again, interesting. It was a pretty steady market again, also slowed down much more, over $1 million than we did price from 400 to 750,000 in the detached market. A couple notable sales over in the condo market. There were 688 sales in PCB in 2023. The low end of that was over at Fontainebleau, which had some sales as low as 125, 155, 159. If you go to the high end of this, sales happening broke the $10 million. Oh no, I'm sorry, we're in the condos. We had one property that's technically a condo that sold for $5.1 million, but your traditional Gulf front condos, $2.5 million penthouse, $1.5 million over at Princess, a few on Soleil condos, 1.525, 1.5, larger square footages, more amenities. You see all the on Soleil units that sold up there. Palazzo also sold pretty high. We sold one of those. Over in the detached market, low end in PCB, you had some sales at 185,000, 200,000, 216,000. When you went to the top end of that, of the 1,019 sales that we had, 10.7 million in Carillon Beach, 6.35 down on the west end, a couple more over 6, plenty over 4 million. A lot of that driven by Margaritaville. So going into the spring market in 2024, again, on the marketing side, make sure in a market that's generally more competitive, depending on what it is you're selling, that you're throwing all of those assets at it when you can. It's going to be interesting to see at this point in the year. I'm recording this on Tuesday, January 16th. Sweater weather in PCB, believe it or not. We see at the moment pricing remaining somewhat flat in the detached single family market. There's some buildings in the condo market where you've seen some prices come down substantially, some remaining flat. A lot of that has to do with a number of factors like higher HOA fees and insurance, lower rental revenue, some new local municipal ordinances. So with recent slowdowns generally across most markets, it's going to be that much more important to price and position well. So one of the things a lot of the people I'm working with who are selling this year, we're talking about timing a launch a little bit, watching the next 2 to 6 weeks to see if we can pick up any trends in any individual neighborhood or condo market where someone's selling. If you're in a neighborhood like Breakfast Point that only has 4 homes for sales that are resale, you feel pretty good about life. You don't have a lot of competition. If you're in a building like Shores of Panama, it may be more than, I was just looking at this yesterday, I think it's more than 23. 23 seems low. But if you're in a building like that where there's a lot of competition, pricing and marketing gets that much more important. So one of the things we offer free, no obligation to work with us, no charge, but it's a very good way to get accurate information. I have an e-alert system. So if there's any market you're trying to keep up with inside of PCB, whether it's 2-bedroom condos or 3-bedroom homes or waterfront, not waterfront, attached, whatever it is, I can set you up on our e-alert system. So anytime something happens in that market, you're notified right away. Also, we send out a general newsletter only Friday mornings. It's called Friday at the Beach. Updates you on the things that are coming to PCB, things you need to know about real estate. If you'd like to be signed up for either one of those, give me a call, shoot me a text, 850-290-0417. There are a lot of exciting things coming to Panama City Beach. If you haven't already heard about it, Top Golf is committed to coming in near Pier Park, as is Dolly Parton's 60,000 square foot dinner venue. Tootsie's making a major investment in the area by moving to the old Spinnaker building. 27-acre hospital developing with the support building there that's going to have primary care, urgent care, cardiovascular, orthopedics set to open already this year. So a lot of major investment in the area. It's an exciting time to be in and around real estate over the next few years. Again, if you have any questions, give me a call, shoot me a text, 850-290-0417. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Thanks for watching.